Noam Chomsky's The Minimalist Program marks a pivotal moment in the evolution of his linguistic theory. Building on earlier frameworks like transformational generative grammar and government and binding theory, this work seeks to refine and simplify the study of syntax. Chomsky's minimalist approach aims to reduce the complexity of linguistic theory by focusing on the most essential principles that underlie the structure of language. He proposes that the human language faculty is governed by a small set of universal principles which work efficiently to generate the infinite variety of sentences we observe in human languages. The overarching goal of this program is to explain how the human brain can produce such complexity with minimal cognitive resources. At the core of the Minimalist Program is the idea that language, like other biological systems, is optimized for efficiency. Chomsky argues that the brain uses the fewest possible operations to generate grammatically correct sentences. This economy of structure and process reflects an inherent simplicity in the design of the language faculty. In this sense, the Minimalist Program seeks to strip away the complexities introduced in previous linguistic models, focusing on a more streamlined and fundamental understanding of how language works. A key concept in the Minimalist Program is the idea of economy in derivations and representations. Chomsky suggests that language operates through the simplest and most efficient processes available, reducing unnecessary steps or operations. This principle of economy governs both the structure of sentences, their syntax, and the operations used to derive them. The aim is to identify the most basic mechanisms by which linguistic expressions are generated, without relying on extraneous or overly complicated rules. In essence, Chomsky seeks to minimize the number of rules and constraints in linguistic theory while maximizing explanatory power. One of the central aspects of the Minimalist Program is the notion of merge, a basic syntactic operation. Merge allows two elements, whether words or phrases, to combine into a larger structure. This operation is fundamental to the formation of sentences and represents the most elementary form of syntactic combination. In Chomsky's view, merge is a universal feature of all languages and operates in a recursive manner, meaning that the output of one merge operation can serve as the input for another. This recursive nature of merge is what allows human language to generate an infinite number of sentences from a finite set of words and structures. In addition to merge, Chomsky introduces the concept of move as another essential operation. Move allows elements within a sentence to be displaced from one position to another, a process that accounts for various syntactic phenomena, such as the formation of questions. For example, in the sentence "What did you see?", the word "what" is moved to the front of the sentence from its original position as the object of the verb see. The Minimalist Program seeks to account for these kinds of movements with the fewest possible rules, focusing on how such displacements can be explained using the principles of economy and efficiency. Another major theme in the Minimalist Program is the idea of bare output conditions. Chomsky argues that linguistic derivations should meet specific conditions imposed by the interfaces between the syntactic system and other cognitive systems, such as the systems responsible for sound, phonology, and meaning, semantics. These conditions serve to limit the possible structures that can be generated by the syntactic system, ensuring that only grammatically valid sentences are produced. The notion of bare output conditions reflects the minimalist goal of reducing unnecessary complexity in linguistic theory, ensuring that language operates within the constraints of human cognitive systems. Chomsky also places a strong emphasis on the idea of universal grammar in the Minimalist Program. He argues that all human languages share a common underlying structure, governed by a set of universal principles. These principles are innate to the human brain and form the basis for language acquisition. The Minimalist Program seeks to identify the most basic and universal aspects of grammar, with the goal of explaining how children can acquire language so quickly and effortlessly, despite the apparent complexity of the linguistic input they receive. Chomsky's emphasis on universality reflects his broader view that language is a biological system, subject to the same principles of efficiency and optimization that govern other biological systems. One of the most significant contributions of the Minimalist Program is its focus on the evolutionary and biological basis of language. Chomsky suggests that the human capacity for language may have arisen through a relatively simple mutation, which gave rise to the universal principles of grammar. This evolutionary perspective is consistent with the minimalist goal of explaining language in terms of the most basic and fundamental operations. By reducing linguistic theory to its simplest components, Chomsky hopes to provide insights into the origins of language and its place within the broader context of human cognition and biology. Chomsky's minimalist approach has had a profound impact on the field of linguistics, reshaping the way researchers think about the structure and function of language. The program has prompted a shift away from highly complex and rule-based models of syntax toward a more streamlined and principled approach. By focusing on the core principles that underlie all human languages, the Minimalist Program has opened up new avenues for research in areas such as language acquisition, cognitive science, and evolutionary biology. At the same time, the Minimalist Program has generated significant debate within the linguistic community. Some scholars have criticized the program for being too abstract and for oversimplifying the complexities of language. Others have questioned whether the principles of economy and efficiency can truly account for the full range of linguistic phenomena observed across different languages. Despite these criticisms, the Minimalist Program remains a central framework in contemporary linguistics and continues to inspire new research and theoretical developments.